Hey there, Amanda Hannon, posting my video response to chapters 3 and 4. Chapter 3 was about listening and the importance of being a good listener when listening to another speaker and how that can help us be better speakers. So studies say that most people are poor listeners. People only grasp about 50% of what they hear, and this is a critical area for being a good speaker. So why? Why is it so important to be a good listener? A lack of listening attributes to more than 60% of errors made in business. So this really got my attention as a business major. So being an effective listener can help with things such as efficiencies, customer service satisfaction, and also employee morale. So how can we be better listeners? Well, first of all, we can resist distraction. Don't be diverted by the speaker's appearance. Hold off judgments on the speaker until they have completed their speech, and focus on your listening. Also, develop some good note-taking skills. Resisting distraction during a presenter speech is an area that I need to improve upon, and Chapter 3 tells me how I can achieve that. First, I need to try and anticipate what will come next. Second, I need to review what the speaker has said and make sure that I kind of have a good understanding of what their position is and what the topic is. And third, paying attention to body language. The example that was given in Chapter 3 was the speaker brings a young lady on stage. He introduces her as a dear friend, and the text kind of points out that there was no physical exchange, no handshake, no hug, and that kind of was a little misleading because you introduce someone as a dear friend and there's certainly going to be an exchange. So kind of pulling back from Chapters 1 and 2, be honest in what you say as a presenter. Chapter 4 took the direction of talking about your first speech and how to prepare for your first speech. So the very first thing that we need to keep in mind when doing our speech for the first time is developing your speech. Number 2, organizing your speech. This is a big one for me. When my thoughts are organized, my speeches are more fluid and my delivery is much better, and I feel more confident about my ability and what I'm saying and the ability of delivering my message to the audience. Another really important thing for preparing for your first speech is to rehearse and not to get discouraged during the rehearsal process. So when we are presenting our speeches, we need to be aware of a few things. So eye contact is a big one. We want to make eye contact with our audience. Number 2 is to use natural hand gestures, but to steer away from things like twirling our hair, shifting from side to side. Those are usually tendencies of somebody who's kind of nervous during the speech. Project our ideas clearly and avoid the temptation to speed through the speech. I have been guilty of that before in the past, and I'm going to take this class and utilize some of these tips and hopefully improve in those areas. The last thing that was suggested deals actually with nervousness. And the text says, before you go on stage, just take a good deep breath and get prepared to kind of address your audience. So I hope that you have enjoyed my video response for chapters 3 and 4, and I hope everybody is doing well, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks a lot.